Okay, hello Jasmine. Let's take a look at your paper. Okay, starting from question A, what does say tell you about management of discrimination? This is open-ended, so you need to tell me is it effective or ineffective. Okay, based on the issue question, this was the keyword given to us. Okay, let's see. So this source tells, good, mean that there is management in Australia against discrimination. Okay, that there is. Okay, perhaps you want to say strong to make it really very clear. Okay, 80.4%, good thing, men of different cultures, 77%, something should be done to minimize racism. L3 for evidence. Okay, this shows that there is in fact management, as more than half have taken the survey up against racism. Okay, good. So I'll give you full marks for this question. It's a rather easy question. So let's look at the second question. Why was this source published? Okay, source B was published to educate Australians who donate to the organisation about the rate of racism. Okay, in this case, I can accept who donate to the organisation because you look at the provenance, but actually I also want to say, because it's on the website, actually any Australians would be able to see it. Okay, so you say that people who donated, fair enough, but actually this charity organisation I would think is an independent NGO, non-profit, non-governmental organisation trying to call for all Australians to get together now to prevent racism. Okay, so this is shown in the infographic. Okay. That there has been an increase in discrimination, okay, of 6%. L3 for evidence. By doing this, that people stop racism in Australia. Okay, people is very vague. Otherwise, I can accept this as the intended outcome. You should say Australians. Okay. It's also stated in the background information that there are Australians working together to fight Australian Muslims. To fight for Australian Muslims. Let me look at the background info. Okay, in this case, good that you refer to background info for context. Okay, but what's the point of okay, give me a minute. Initially I was thinking I would have picked this because there are still acts of discrimination. That's why this organization would publish this poster to educate people and convince them to take action against discrimination. In your case, you pick the flip side. Australians band together to offer support. But logically thinking, this doesn't really help us to think of why people need to stop racism, right? So you should pick the other side, which says that there are still discrimination. That's why people need to stop racism. The outcome and the context should be tied together. Okay, so in this case, I give you L4 5. Sorry, L4 6. The final 7 mark is for the outcome and context. Okay, let's look at the next question. How different are sources C and D? How different is an open question. That means some are similar, some are different. So let's see. Okay, whether you write similar or different first, it doesn't matter, so long you have both. Okay, so C and D are similar in terms of learning about others' culture. okay, the sentence is a bit incomplete, so I add in for you in terms of being willing to learn about other cultures and religions. Okay, this is a common criteria. So C says that people should approach Muslims to learn about Islam, or D states that Australians should change their behavior and learn about. Okay, in this case, you paraphrase the evidence, but in source C, is it exactly people should approach Muslims to learn about Islam, or is it the other way around, that please come to us and talk to us? This is an invitation rather than saying that. Okay, wait, this is your inference of that invitation. Okay, in this case, to avoid the confusion, quote directly. Okay, that, let me think. Okay, I can accept this time. Okay, this shows that both are supporting the fact of letting Australians learn about other cultures. Okay, I can accept. Okay, let's look at the other side. C and D are different in terms of whether good Australians are cohesive to begin with. Okay, this is a very strong common criteria, keep it up. There are still a group of people who are narrow-minded, open inverted comma, and think that all Muslims are terrorists. Okay, L4 for evidence. While D states that Australia is stable, cohesive society. Okay, how can I go back to C again? Why you repeat and then all year high. Okay, so you inverted the order. Explanation first before evidence. But in this case, it's a copy. Okay, so where is the explanation? Okay, can you see? Okay, so I will need an explanation. So in this case, L45. The 6 mark would be for the explanation. Okay, let's look at the next question. Reliability about discrimination. Again, this is open, so you need to tell me, is it present or not present, or any other criteria you can think of. Okay, so it's reliable in showing that there is still discrimination. Okay, do not have personal connection will get blamed for whatever comes, and people who look different are the ones stand out. Will get blamed for whatever comes along. People who do not have personal connection to a certain culture will get blamed for whatever comes. Okay, because you paraphrase the evidence, it feels a little bit different in the meaning. What this person is saying, that anyone who feels overwhelmed by the presence of cultures they don't have a personal connection to can look for blame wherever target is obvious. So this is saying that the whites can actually target the aboriginals who look different from them, right? Over here you are saying people who do not have personal connection to a certain culture will get blamed for whatever comes. People who do not have personal connection get blamed for whatever comes, and the people who look different will stand out. Okay, I can give it to you, but please quote directly. Okay, so that you'll be a lot clearer to the examiner. there is discrimination existing as people judge the outside, do not learn more about other cultures. Okay, I can accept this, judge the outside, but please tie in more strongly to this idea of blame. Okay, it's about victimizing rather than just learning more. Okay, this is a bit more extreme. Okay, so L3 cross referring to source F. Source F states that, okay, is it support? Law enforcement target individuals for suspicions of crime based on race still exists greatly in Australia. Why? Missing explanation. So you should say something like police officials unfairly judge Aboriginals based on their skin color rather than actions. This is the missing explanation to prove that discrimination exists. Okay, when you just write this shows that discrimination exists, this is a link. It's not an explanation. Okay, so I can only give you, weak L4 for evidence but insufficient explanation. Okay, same thing, L4 5. Supports reliable. Okay, let's look at the last question. Okay, last question is usefulness in showing that Australia has not been effective. Let's see. Useful, not effective, how? Again, law target individuals based on their race and ethnicity. L3, this shows that not been effective. There has been ineffective, not ineffective. Ineffective efforts managing government discriminates people. Okay. Similarly, states that supports that 7 out of 10 experience discrimination in 1 month, and that 5% of the population real discrimination increase. Okay, L4 has not been effective. Okay, I can accept this. Okay, source A supports F. Okay, your order of thinking is mixed up. It should be reliable, hence useful. Okay, it's only useful when it's reliable. When it's true, then we can use the information. Correct? Okay, so in this case there's a small error also. 7 out of 10 people. Actually, if we look carefully, because it's only 5%, I would think it's actually the 3 which are highlighted rather than the 7. Okay, but not to worry, in a real exam, if this is an important information, we will print it in color. Okay, so that is very clear. Okay, so for this is better written, L46. Okay, because consistent evidence and explanation throughout. Let's look at the essay question. Okay, SRQ-A, context is about increasing number of diabetes cases. Question, 2 ways to help prevent, which is thinking of solutions. Okay, in the exam, if you are really stuck, you can't think of anything, use the extract as triggers. These are 2 causes. See whether you can think of possible solutions. Okay, this is the question focus, help prevent, and later on in your link, I should see this coming back. Okay, let's see. Okay, motivate the nation to exercise. How? They can create, what is this word? Is it days? Okay, create days specific to gather people together to exercise together. Okay, L2. The community centers, okay, this is a better description. Organize marathons, obstacle courses funded by government, okay, to beat diabetes together. All this so far is description. Okay, you need to go on to say in this way, blah blah blah. How does this explain how doing marathons, exercising together can beat diabetes? Okay, so L2, let's look at the next one. Can also make it a nationwide effort to promote less sugar drinks. Okay, nationwide effort. Household hawker centers should make drinks, okay, have the healthier choice symbol. Again, description. Okay, this will reduce the sugar intake, thus reducing diabetes. Okay, the description here. Okay, you say nationwide effort, right? I should see more details. Is it through advertisements? Okay, is it by law? Is it by penalty? Or incentives? Incentives meaning there's some cash item involved. So what exactly is it that can try to entice people? Okay, then you say this explanation is very short. Reduce sugar intake, therefore no diabetes. Okay, so when reduce sugar intake, you need to tell me how will people even be willing to take drinks with less sugar in the first place. That is the explanation which is missing. Okay, so for describing, okay, wait lah. Okay, you have two description. It should be L2 4. Okay, so you have missing explanation.